back. Get to it. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Oh man, my people, missed y'all folks. I missed y'all. Into the groove of things. Welcome to Kush Equilibrium. I am your always smoking host. Oops the Great. The one and only after hour. After the after hour. You know what I'm saying. Appreciate pulling up for another smoke break, after hour, whatever you want to call it. While we talk about this hip hop thing. See at the bottom of the screen. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. But more importantly, help me with the YouTube police. You know what I'm saying? When you do all those things I just mentioned, keeps the YouTube police off my back. We got a good one. We got a good one. We got a good one. Ooh, I already hop into it. I don't want to hold y'all up too much. I'm already poured up. Clearly made it home because you watching my ugly face. After a night of drinking, smoking, and shenanigans. Never mind with good shenanigans, you know. You might have brought your brought the activities home with you. Welcome. But keep your feet up. You finish that little bit of that bottle you got left, or you rolling up something nice, something fresh, smoke on that. I'm about to do the same thing. Put that music down, something I know it's probably all of y'all ear. My bad. Been a little minute. But we're gonna cover a couple of quick little topics. Video don't run too long. I'll throw some extra in there. It's some BS that need to be addressed. And sometimes it be your own that be taking advantage of certain situations. But you know what I'm saying? If we have time, we'll get to that too. We're going to start with the Drake of it all. We're going to start with the Drake. Because apparently, time is near. Apparently, it's time to get icy. Yeah, they talking about this Iceman album, so you know what, we gonna say our one too. And I found some interesting perspectives, so to speak. But we gonna tackle this topic indirectly first, and then we gonna get straight into the meat and potatoes of it. Without further ado, let's get to the business.
Quote me right on when I misquote nobody.
All right, let's see if that's on the screen. It is on the screen.
Shout out to Isaac.
This is courtesy of the company man and his usual Wednesday Culture United assembly. We'll call it assembly because it's always different. I picked Justin to go with for this topic because of just specifically the way he covered it. It was kind of in a roundabout way, but it got us to tackle some subtopics or some underlying things that often go overlooked in this conversation. So let's get to it.
Hayes Jr., he actually said the game just reposted it, but
Okay.
So this
Shout out to
is
Isaac.
game reposted it. This is Isaac Hayes the third, and so he's been on this beat pretty much since the battle was actually happening. Right? He said.
Now, for those who don't know, before I get to sipping and smoking and sipping and smoking, Isaac Hayes is a junior or the third or whatever. Insert name here. He's been a strong Drake advocate. He's been dropping tears, filling that swimming pool of tears that Drake fans and Drake supporters have been shedding and dropping and collecting for the past 2 years and change. Is it 2 years and change now? Are we at 3 years and change? I lost track at this point. But you need to know the context in which he speaks so often.
As the Kendrick Drake beef killed commercial rap music, it turned hip hop into an engagement art form.
Cheers.
Not a chart performing one. Everyone showed up, debated, replayed, picked sides, ran the numbers up. Meanwhile, the Billboard Hot 100 kept moving. The beef fed the masses and killed the charts. So I see why labels are cutting back. Black folks would rather tear down artists from both sides when collaboration is what drives expansion. All right, and so this is what Game posted that Isaac Hayes III said. But the conversation has been going on for a long time, and the idea.
Before I let them keep going, I want to address this part real quick. Because the way the game been going about all of this Drake and Kendrick crap, it's crap at this point. I'm over it. I suspect all of y'all are too. Y'all ready to let it go. Either fire up the engines and get back to it or let it go. But game. Well-known blood, right? Real street nigga, right? What he be carrying on for Drake is crazy. I get it. He's done so much for you. But I'm getting to a point with game, like, if he's done that much for you to where you willing to just swoon over him so poetically, dating. I've been with women who's done a ton for me. Guess what? I didn't swoon over them the way he's swooning over Drake. Okay, you did some shit for me. Cool, appreciate it. I'm not about to keep carrying on. Why he keep carrying on? God, he gave you a car. He looked out for you, gave your son tickets. One could surmise with the career you had, you shouldn't need nobody to do nothing for you. Ain't that what it's supposed to be? Like, hey, if you got it like that, why? Look, I've also found the whole giving me and cars thing really moist and weird, bro. Just men gifting each other just freely like this is just bananas. It's like the hip hop jersey swap almost. Like, hey, we just played. Look at the jersey. I got my man. Shut up. Let's get to it.
That this battle killed hip hop is really at the root of this.
I think we've gotten a little bit spoiled with our time in the mainstream. And I think that we're starting to be...
I'm going to go back because I want to make sure you heard how you framed it.
Commercial rap music. It turned hip hop into an engagement art form, not a chart performing one. Everyone showed up, debated, replayed, picked sides, ran the numbers up. Meanwhile, the Billboard Hot 100 kept moving. The beef fed the masses and killed the charts. So I see why labels are cutting back. Black folks would rather tear down artists from both sides when collaboration is what drives.
We always to blame, ain't we?
And so this is what Game posted that Isaac Hayes III said. But the conversation has been going on for a long time, and the idea that this battle killed hip hop is really at the root of this.
I think we've gotten a little bit spoiled with our time in the mainstream. And I think that we're starting to be too gun-ho with the commercialization of rap music.
Yahtzee. There's no more important point than the point that was just made. Hip hop is like that person who got their first pair of J's and they don't want to go back to Felix or Saucony or British Knights or whatever they was wearing before the J's. They in J's now. That's all they want to ever be in is J's. This is exactly what's going on right now. Too comfortable. Too comfortable. Something that was an outlier, which is hip hop being mainstream, got sought after so much it became it turned into a requirement. But this is the expectation. We supposed to always be in the limelight. No, we were not. No, we were not. Every time I think about what went wrong with hip hop, we're gonna get back to the video. Every time I think about, okay, can I name that one moment where I think, oh, we might have made a bad move here. Hip hop might have made a bad move here. From DMC. Walk This Way. Once you got in bed with Adidas, once you took hip hop and crossed it over to that rock, both aspects of that, terrible. Hip hop was in its infancy. It didn't need to be blended, mingling with nothing. It needed to still go about fighting itself. Secondly, we were not ready to handle what comes with the money. Wasn't ready. And so often when people get something they're not ready for, they don't know how to handle it. Think of a person who get their first $50 bill in their hand. First 50 or that first 100. Up until that point, you ain't seen nothing bigger than a 20. Maybe nothing bigger than a 10. All of a sudden, $100. $100. One bill. 100. Don't know what to do with it. I would say burn a hole in your pocket. Same thing. Same thing.
Pop has always been rebellious. It has always been somewhat of the outsiders, the people on the outside of main society, and us preaching what's going on with us on the side. And I think we put on too much designer. We too much in the limelight, where it's almost like we're talking about how to maintain our commercialized image. And I think this
too much designer. See why I went this route? She went about naming so much in this little bit of time, because it's not a very long clip. Stuff that I've sat here and talked to y'all about before I got this channel to a point where, for one, there was any subscribers at all, and for two, before it had some kind of design or frame of what I wanted the show to be. Some of the ideas I said back then got looked over. I didn't know what I had here yet. I was still building it. I'm still building it now, but I'm further along. Think about it. Hip hop got so bourgeois now, that I seen cats get clowned for having on forces. And you got on forces in a white tee. This ain't 2001. That button up. Ain't no Amiri. We name brand shame now. We ain't used to do that. Once upon a time, we were the most inventive people when it comes to hip hop. Created our own design, own fashion, our own look. Now the game is how much you wearing. Think about it, you hear cats like, well, $1,500 shirt, $2,500 pants, $2,000 boots. Like, nigga, why? For what? That's so anti to what we was with hip hop. She cooking. Let her. Gotta let her finish cooking. Gotta let her finish cooking.
This is actually good. What's going on with hip hop? Maybe there'll be some time where we're not mainstream or we're not Billboard, which I don't even know how much Billboard matters, especially if YouTube isn't feeding into the Billboard numbers, because I ask people all the time, where do you listen to music at? Where do you listen to music at? And YouTube is like 60, 70% of the answer. So I don't even know that Billboard matters as much. I think that we're on our way to a time where, like you said, the people that's only in it for the money are going to get the hell out the way. And the people who are in it for the love, for the poetry, for the cultural expression is going to bubble back up. And then all of a sudden, people are going to be like, oh, this club hot again. And I think that's fire. I think Drake should make pop music. I don't think that he should lean into how can I reinvigorate rap. And I don't think Drake is the reason why 50% of rap. I think they are, I think the industry.
Or she keep going, because I don't want to lose sight of a couple of those points that she did make. Do hip hop feel like it and got like a little thirsty? Like, you hear all these numbers, which I don't know what numbers to say is true or false. I hear somebody say 40% over here, then I hear 50% over here. Whatever the number is, whatever the matrix say the number is. And that's also tag in this caveat. How does YouTube count so little when so many people, specifically uses, you know the color, uses use YouTube? Why do so many of us use YouTube? For one, you get videos and music. It's limitless. You can get it for free if you can tolerate the commercials. Last time I checked, unless it's changed with Spotify, I remember last time I tried to actually genuinely use Spotify, you only got a couple of skips. And then you stuck. You gotta listen to what's next. Limitless over there, YouTube. For a couple of bucks, it's actually cheaper. For a couple of bucks, you can get limitless videos and everything over YouTube, whereas I think it's $15. You're not gonna get no music videos. Last time I checked the Spotify. That's what I'm saying. But if you're not even using YouTube, that's crazy, because everybody I know uses YouTube. So how is that what I would perceive to matter more? It's actually mattering less. How does that make sense? How does that equate? But with that being said, right? We hear all these numbers get thrown around. We see, hip hop ain't been this high up in the charts and yada yada months. And then everybody in the game or ancillarily around the game, whoever in their boots, oh no, what we gonna do? We need Drake so we can get back up there. We can't not be in the charts. We can't not be big time, because then what we gonna do? Calm down. Calm down. Untwist your panties. It's from the pitch of the voice that some of y'all letting out y'all little mouths right now. I'm about to say something else. Sound a little high pitched. Little high pitched. Calm down. Let's stop the panic. We gonna be all right. We gonna let her tell you what we.
Of music is changing, and people are equating that to Drake just because they're using it as another way to say, hey, y'all shouldn't have did that to Drake, because now look at it. I think the industry would have been like this for Drake. I think it's evidenced by his 50 plus songs that he has put out that didn't really do anything. Like, people are ignoring that fact. He did put out music and it still didn't do anything. So putting all this on Drake's shoulders, I think, is a little bit of like smoke and mirrors. It's a little bit of like Emperor's New Clothes type of thing, where it's like, oh man, we needed Drake. No, we didn't. The industry is changing. That's great, because I think people were too used to being inside the restaurant eating the good food, and now we push back outside, and now I can't wait to see what ingenuity people are going to use to create something new and amazing. And I think Drake should
I
focus
like
on
that.
pop music instead of trying to.
I like that she said it that way. We literally wouldn't. We're literally going against right now what made us awesome, what made us great. The ability to take struggle and make it look fun, make it look easy. Make a peanut butter jelly sandwich sound like it's heaven. Think about it. People outside of our community didn't know nothing about no fried loney sandwich. So they heard how much we be back. Well, you get that, you fry that bologna up. Get the guy had a bologna with the red band around it. You peel that daddy off. Make sure you smush it down and get that crust on it. Some people use mustard. Some people use a little hit of mayonnaise on that daddy. And your friend's like, what? I ain't never had that. I got plenty of people who ate usses. Hey man, when the fried bologna sandwiches, bro. Like, man, you know you're allowed to make this at home. It's not a black only thing. It's all right. I know we make it look amazing. Like the music industry just say, you know, let me correct it. Hip hop. Tired of the fried bologna sandwich. Or the baked beans with the hot dogs cut up in them. I'm grown now. I still eat it. But I don't use hot dogs though. I get some andouille sausage. You know what I'm saying? I grown it up a little bit. But no, our struggle meals, we used to make them sound so amazing. And now what used to be tough and strong hip hop culture is like fear struggle. They running from it at all costs. Sell my soul, bet I'll do it. Cookie cutter music, bet I'll do it. Just like a woman, but I'm a man, bet I'll do it.
Mimic the streets.
1 second pause.
I just want to add something in when Mickey was talking about, you know, hip hop was breaking into, it started in.
This part right here that's coming up though, I added this for a specific reason. For those who don't know, Stat Quo, I'm just now getting to a point where you gotta force yourself to really continuously watch Stat Quo to get an understanding of how he thinks. He's an industry man. He thinks industry. And a lot of times what he says, I feel is like counterproductive to what hip hop need to be on. Especially right now. So like in the beginning, he used to rub me the wrong way. Real for real. Like I was almost like, man, who is this dude? Like I was really looking around like, man, this? Like, what's up with Buddy? Like, is he with us or nah? Like, but I still don't agree with what he about to say. I want y'all to hear it. Found it interesting. He said it several times, but you need to hear it so you can hear the reaction to it. But I'm just saying, it's gonna rub you probably the wrong way too. You gonna do one of them. What you on, bro? But here, I want you to understand he's coming from the perspective of somebody who was in the industry, you know what I'm saying, on the make the money work, make the money grow side. So when you think about money, you tend not to think about the arts part of the hip hop or the cultural requirements that should be asked of hip hop.
Broke into the mainstream. I totally agree with that. But I always mention this because Simba know. I always try to bring the business in this, you know what I mean? And so I know Mickey don't want to hear this, but there's a lot of people that be working at these offices that feed their families that their faces look like ours. So that when we talk about the mainstream is suffering, a lot of people that's being laid off, that's been working in this shit for a very long time. So I I like to see the mainstream flourish because I know it feeds that infrastructure. So I just always want to be that voice because people when they talk about the label, they always think it's just some white boy sitting in a suit. It's Simba. No, it's people that look like us. You know what I'm saying? It's people that our mamas, our aunties, our cousins, our nieces, our brothers, our sisters that's in these offices every day, paying their bills. So
You said this last week, and I thought about this because I think that's fair. Of course, I know a lot of people in the industry, so I know, well, maybe not a lot, but I know a decent amount. So I know what you're like, the type of people you're talking about. And I started to wonder, like, do they matter more than all of the ears that hear some of this music? Like, because there's some things that are successful, but are, I would say, maybe de- depleted on cultural value, or maybe imagery that we want to be repeated this many times. Do you think that those people are more important than the millions of ears that see and hear what comes out?
When we get to the next part, let me tell you something. I love that. I love the sheet. That was her immediate response. For one, I'm gonna tell you and again, I understand now more than ever why he frames hip hop the way he does. I had to take the time to just listen to him talk and understand where he came from a background perspective. However, um, industry reduction happens every. I'm considered entry level management within the retail segment of the world, right? Entry level management is anything at the store, any management at the store level. That's assistant and store manager. That's entry level. You hear about union layoffs all the time. I live in the Midwest, more specifically, born and raised in Toledo. They've laid off, I don't know how many times a year, or cutbacks because a certain car ain't selling, or the quota changed for a certain line. Nobody's crying for any of us regular people who are often downsized for bullshit reasons. So let's not cry no tears for the music executives who probably were making goo gobs of money during their time. Look it up, Buttercup. I care about them losing their job as much as they care about us out here in the regular world losing our jobs. Ain't got a lot of fucks to get. I'm going to give as much as they give us.
So where is hip hop down? How is hip hop down
Shout
so
out
bad? But
to my man Wayno. Now that we done frame some things the way we need to frame it, now we can get into the Drake of it all.
But this is just a running narrative that niggas have been creating because Iceman is coming, right? So look, DJ Academics talked about Iceman. Let's hear what he had to say.
I hear it all, chat. I hear it all.
I apologize to those who come here to chill, relax, to be in an environment that is academics free. I will never call him DJ Academics. Show me him spinning some records. Be that as it may. As it goes with it, you know, it's difficult to really talk about a Drake topic and not eventually in some form or fashion have to talk about or deal with in some form or fashion academics. His tune is different though. All that vibrato. I could never say that word right. What's the word? Try to look for a nice fancy word. All the jutzpah. All the jutzpah he's been showing. Back then. Let me correct myself. He was showing back then. It's not here now. He had a lot of jutzpah for the battle. He even had some during the battle. Had a hankering, a little tidbit after the battle. Fast forward to now, not much jutzpah in sight. Nonetheless, let's hear what this man has to say. Hey, we get going. Like, comment, subscribe. You know, I got to get that one out there. Like, comment, subscribe. We be smoking, we be drinking, we be smoking. You know, we be chilling. I know y'all might forget. I'll be forgetting. I'll be having to go back, you know, the next day and stuff. Be having thumbs up stuff. And it's good enough to subscribe. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like that's where we at in life, you know what I'm saying? Got some stuff coming for y'all. But, you know what I'm saying? If we're not there yet, we're not there. But, let's listen to, let's hear this. I can't believe I'm watching this dude. It's crazy.
Oh, I'm here to tell y'all. I know I'm experiencing. I'm loving this whole process like a fan. But I have to let y'all Drake fans know. Y'all gonna hate
He
me.
lying.
I've given
He
my
lying.
official advice to Drake. I
He
said,
lying.
Drake, I don't want to hear what's gonna happen. But I don't care if you drop it tomorrow, next week, the week after next week, May, June, July, or you could drop it in 2027. I like what's going on. Stall them out. That's my opinion.
Who raised it? Who raised it? Who raised it?
Who raised this nigga? I'm going to translate this and then we're going to get back to it. Let me translate this. That man can't. Drake done swore off everybody. I'm almost willing to bet he swore this goofy ass nigga off too. He don't know shit. He don't know nothing. And he know he don't know nothing. It was easy to sell cock and balls back then because people believed in that tie, that there was something there. Now we know you ain't kicked it with this dude, hung out with the dude, took a picture with you ain't, bruh. Stop with the fugazi. You know how you make it look like you still that dude? Make it look like you don't even care. You ain't on it. If you go put it out, you put it out. If you don't, you don't. You my nigga. Call spin. Nothing fancy going on here. Just a little spin. Just a little spin. Academics been acting like Drake's little groupie for how long? Zebra can't change his stripes. He's still the same little groupie. He just know he can't be a groupie out loud no more. Now, okay, I can't look like I'm not rocking with you. And I got a surface level make it look like I rock with you though. You know what I'm saying? That's surface level. Want to make sure he's not lying to y'all, bro. Like I can't have him lying to my people. I need to know nothing else before this show ends. When you lay your head on your pillow. Is that Tony? It's in my head. It's that freaky shit. I know some of y'all. It's a late night show. So I know some of y'all. It's a man. It's a brother somewhere snacking. You know. Put this show playing, and I'm proud of that. They started out kicking it, watching the show and everything, and now he's snacking her head, her eyes rolling back her head, somewhere out there. I'm cool with that. As long as afterward, hey, that's worth a subscription. If you get motherfuckers at home just doing things with the show playing in the background, that's a blessing. Let's get back to this.
Stall him out. Chat, we gotta look around what's going on in that rap. In rap right now, there's only about 8 rappers we really care about. We really are anticipating their music. The rest of them, we care when they do some bullshit. Oh shit, your girl cheating on you. Oh shit, you beefing with this. We don't care about the music.
You heard that, right?
Right now, god damn it, we want that new Iceman, huh?
Look at academics.
First off, do we want that Iceman? Actually, let me ask y'all a couple questions real quick. We're going to let this rock out so we get to the music. We're doing good for pace. Normally, we at like almost an hour by now. We all right. Let me ask y'all a couple questions. What would you want more? This is how I know who reaches what part of the video. The Iceman album or a Hillbillies album? What would you want more? Iceman album or a new Kendrick Lamar album? Got one more for you. What would you want more? The Iceman album or a Black Hippies album? You see what I'm saying? I could keep going. Let's let it rock out.
Using Los Angeles lingo to make a point about Drake. But let's just talk about Iceman for a second. Iceman is the most important album that is going to drop this year. It's not even close. And the reason why is because of the narrative of the story.
Y'all agree? Most important. They can Drake actually afford for this album to flop? What I mean by flop, I'm talking about good numbers weeks 1 through 3. Because while we's not technically by hip hop standards, not supposed to pay attention to the numbers, at the end of the day, guess what everybody gonna do? Everybody talking on both sides of their fucking ass. The first couple of weeks, everybody's gonna look at the fucking numbers. Like this we gotta stop. It's something that I be noticing. Some shows, some people, some talking heads, pundits, whatever you want to call them, like to run away from numbers. For what? For what? It's just a piece of the whole puzzle. No number should not be every fucking thing. But let's not act like we're gonna stick our fucking heads in the sand and not look at them. They're not everything, but they're not nothing. I suspect Drake is going to do wonderful weeks 1 through 3, maybe for the first month. The question is it old Drake? Has he returned to form where, there's not that after week 2, week 3, this precipitous dip? It still stays. It sticks. The same shit Luther did, where it sits there like a bad fucking STD. It sits there. Same thing. Can he do that? Yes or no? That's what matters. For people to look at Drake differently, like, oh, he did something. Here's what's going to really, really, really ruffle feathers. What's the contents of the album? What Drake is it? Is the crime, melodic, R&B Drake? Another bitch did him bad. Another bitch leave her nigga. Bitches shouldn't read. I can't believe my friends did this to me. I was a real nigga to y'all. Y'all gonna miss me. Y'all gonna need me. Something, whatever the fuck. Or do he dig into this proverbial bag that we've heard of for a very long time now, right? And we kind of got a glimpse of a little bit during the battle. I won't shade him all the way like that. We saw a little bit of it. He just let his cheese shine through. Messed the whole thing up. What kind of tone does he hit with this album? One, he leaving it Iceman, which is just a cringy title. And to drop that in the spring, that's eventually going to turn summer weird. It's a weird title for a summer song, right? Oh, when the Snowman come out or whatever the hell was it? Jeezy drop. You know what I'm saying? So I could be wrong on the artist title, but it's a cringy title. But let's rock out.
Can this nigga reach the point that he once was at before? All of this, he was just so great and everybody hated on him. No, I don't even want to talk about that battle shit. Fuck that battle. I'm tired of talking about it. Who cares? Everything is out the window when it comes to that. But let's go back to the fact of him, academics giving Drake advice or Ben the Don giving Drake advice. Ben the Don, I mean, he's more known as a streamer. I know he does rap, but nobody looks at him as a rapper. Academics, while he is a commentator in this space, and he knows the social space, he knows all of that stuff, I would not call him necessarily a music person. Now, he covers music, but does that mean he knows what to do with the music, or he A&Rs the music, or he does the music in a certain way? And even with the reports that then came out that Benadon gave his take to Drake about what he wanted to hear. He wanted to hear more bars. Academics are saying stall him out. Drake gonna do what the fuck he wanna do. But keep in mind of this. The reason why this Iceman album, to me, seems like really, really important and is a career-defining album is because we about to see, or we saw a couple of years ago, that Superman actually couldn't stand kryptonite, right? We seen a nigga get hurt musically. I don't mean nothing personally. I mean, we seen it musically that he got hurt. And we all know what happened after all of that shit. But let's keep this in mind. Now, you have to rise to the occasion. I think he has more pressure going into this album than any album he's ever done. And keep in mind, niggas like, oh, no, Drake has just been quiet. He hasn't been doing nothing. He's stepped back off of social media to an extent, but he hasn't been quiet. That nigga done dropped the album last year. I mean, we only a month or 2 months out of the 1 year anniversary of Sexy Songs for You, right? He dropped a single last year. He was doing all of these cryptic messages with the Iceman series, driving around in Toronto, challenging niggas, this shit, the Pinocchio shit, running back and forth, all of this. Honestly, nobody give a fuck about none of that, nigga. Where the songs at? Where the music at? Where the single at?
Quoting it right. I don't want to misquote nobody.
Exactly. Where the music at? Yes, I'm a Drake hater. Where the music at, bro? I could always be wrong. I don't think I am. Plus, I got multiple issues with him beyond the music. Again, I'm a father who happens to have a daughter. So some of his cringy activities, I don't know. I can't. You know what? We're pretty cool on time. We usually rock about an hour 15, hour 20 minutes for the late night show. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna throw a little extra in here. If y'all be patient, y'all willing to be patient with me for just a second. Let me get rid of this. Got one more thing for y'all to check. Over. I normally don't do stuff like this, but we gotta talk. We keep it 100, and it's been a minute. So I want y'all to check this out. Put it. Here we go. Here we go. Got it.
So. Well, I got a rebuttal for it. You know who ain't scared? Nobody, including the Boston Celtics. You already know what it is. Pooh Shiesty. He's not playing.
I normally had this all nice and pretty for y'all. You know what I'm saying? I apologize. From a production standpoint, that is terrible. Supposed to have all your stuff already up and sorted. This is like a last minute throw in. I'll be kicking it. We vibing. I want y'all to check this out. Now, so I can hear it too. This is a show. It's primarily about sports. Primarily Cleveland sports. Now you talk about the NBA, NFL, MLB, stuff like that. But it's bread and butter is Cleveland. I'm a Cleveland fan. I love this show. Love the host. Man, but we be having conversations about people outside of hip hop, outside of the culture, those who really talk about it. Like in some way, shape, or form, we're touching it. You know what I'm saying? We participated. Like I participated. Like I go to shows, get on here. Unbeknownst to me, records are relatively expensive. So to buy a record, you really have to believe in the music that's on the record to buy the record. Again, Don Toliver already ordered. I have yet to put a record up here under $45. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. If every record is at least $45, and I at the end of the year I got 10 records up here, that's $450 just in music. That's just the music. That's not going to the shows. That's not if you actually buy merch. You know what I'm saying? Bundles. So when I see a show like this, talk about hip hop or hip hop adjacent, crime stuff involving entities of hip hop, I'll be looking at more as hip hop adjacent. But check this out.
Well, I got a rebuttal for you. You know who ain't scared? Nobody, including the Boston Celtics. You already know what it is. Kush Equilibrium. He's not playing with nobody. He don't care nothing about the Celtics, the Cavs, the NBA, David Stern, Adam Silver. He wants all work with everybody, bro. We got to talk about it. That's why my teases is fantabulous, man. We gonna get to the culture. We talk about barbershop. We talk about sports, music, and culture. Well, this is music, and this is.
He don't. He just, I watched his channel. Again, this is no shade to G. But in the words of Glasses, right, you got to be willing to critique the people you like. I love G. Bush's sports analysis, specifically football. If I want to go even more specific than that, D-line, O-line play, I'll take his opinions over the top-notch ESPN, Fox Sports, whatever. He played the game. Was it at the elite NFL level? No. But he explained the mentality of, hey, when you know you're not that level of dude, you just don't want to get cut off the team, you willing to work harder than the other cat. So from that aspect, he dope. But here's my thing. Hip hop's bad moments shouldn't be the only moment you tap in. You music, culture, black culture, sports, all that, bet, tap in more. No disrespect, no animosity. My thing is, if you go show the lowlights, show them highlights. Baby King back outside. Much anticipated album. Jill Scott back outside. I was surprised by it, and it was wonderful. Don Toliver doing his thing. Might not be no skips on that. I can keep going. The Alchemist Project with Currency and who was it? Larry June? Wayno. It's a Larry. I think it was I also react to a Larry June with Method Man. I think it was Method Man Alchemist or something like that. I don't know. I go through so many. All I'm saying is you're going to tap in. Don't just tap in when we got egg on our face. We have to start asking everybody, Stop playing. Don't just come over here for the lowlights. Because I'm all for other. Hey man, I want everybody to talk about hip hop. This is not you can't do this. No, my issue is you covering lowlights and not covering highlights. That's it. That's it, my brother. His perspective will be dope. You know why? He in Cleveland, a major Midwest city. Concerts come through there. That's a major city. And the Cleveland Browns building a whole new palace, which I wonder if they get tied into Live Nation. If there'd be one of those stadiums that get booked for major show. Oh my God. Fresh state-of-the-art stadium. Fresh built. A capacity of what, like 75, 76,000? I think for certain events, it's like closer to 80, maybe 78, 79,000. This is just my quick little rant. We about to get to the music. Ain't no hostility. I love them brothers, but I'm calling out anybody, man. Because we are supposed to. Don't use us for clicks. Use hip hop. If you're going to cover hip hop, cover it all. The good and the bad. I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to talk about African Bambaataa. The level of reverence that I and hip hop have for that man is crazy. How do you cover that? How do you talk about that? I don't know. Also, I personally don't believe in stomping on the dead like that. So it's like, how do you navigate your own like actual beliefs? But talk about something straight and clear. That's it, though. That's all I got for that, man. But we about to get to the music. Now, for our music, I found something unique. Tonight, I'm thinking about people who might bring something home with them. Maybe need the mood set. Or you might want to hear this and call you a little something. Who knows? But within the reaction to the company, man, they were talking about, I reduced the clips a little bit more because I didn't want an hour and a half show. I didn't want to go past like an hour and 5 minutes, like just here over an hour. We're doing pretty good. Once we play the music, I talk a little bit, we'll be out of here in time. They were talking about the need for what's hot now within hip hop, and I'm kind of paraphrasing a little. Needs to be in that 18, 20, 22, 24 maybe age range, which I get. You want to see what youth is next. And I don't really know how old this man is. I suspect he's mid-20s, late 20s. I don't think at all he's early 30s. But let me get rid of this music. Gonna smoke and chill. You got your little something. I want to do what y'all gonna do. About to get y'all together. I gotta interrupted a little bit because I can't just sit here and just watch the video. That's just crazy. That's not what this is for. But, you know, I'm going to try to help y'all out a little bit. Let's get to it.
Niggas won't last a day here. Running lesson to the sunrise. Ramen noodles to the pay clear. Nothing in this world more important than waking up to you in the morning. Trying to be there with you to the sunrise. To make up for me missing all the other times.
Real quick. Chris Patrick, man, listen. Those who don't know how we got put on to Chris Patrick, I'm going to go back a little bit. For those of you who don't know how we got put on with Chris, I caught wind of him when he completely removed my front hairline, which is why I got this hoodie on. He was that nice. Kai Cenat had did, I think he had did like a little merger live stream with on the radar, excuse me. Fire. And the passion this motherfucker rap with, you heard his goddamn voice crack. Like I haven't been excited about the potential of a rapper since might be Rayvon. It might be Rayvon. You can hear hunger. When I heard him do that freestyle, Iceman live, I heard like you can hear that it was like now or never. He got another joint, ramen noodles or some shit like that. Fire. I like the aesthetics. Well, I like black and white aesthetics anyway, but loved it. It was minimalistic. It matched the song. Having nothing. The aesthetics of the video matched it. Loved it. I kind of think he needs to be on a TD. Because right now I'm starting to question if the record label he's under is guiding him, molding him, crafting him the right way. That's a whole nother thing. In this, hold on, before I get to this, there was one more thing he did. He did a cipher. Can't remember which one it was. He did a cipher. It was fire on that too. So, cipher, freestyle, a single video, whatever. He ain't missed yet. However, this is the first time I heard him in a more melodic, singy-songy. I don't know. It's not straight ahead at your throat raps. So this is like my third time with y'all. My third time watching it because I'm trying to see if I rock with it, if this is a good path for him, this style stylistically, I don't know. But let's go. Get in the mood. Get in the mood. Appreciate you rocking with Kush Equilibrium. Your boy Oops Great. Let's rock out.
Nothing in this world more important than waking up to you in the morning. Trying to be there with you to the sunrise. To make up for me missing all the other times. Called at work, I told him I'm sorry. One mistake don't hurt anybody. Never had intention of me cutting ties. Down to do this wish about 100 times. Overtime again, shit is draining. Always on the road, why you waiting? Haven't seen a city since I skated. I don't see the work really changing. Got a day off, I'm flying to your crib again. 24 hours to link you before I dip again. Cleared out my schedule, it's you I wanna kick it with. D&D Selly, D&D Selly. Nothing in this world more important than waking.
I don't know. Hey, I'm shocked. Shocked. This isn't a bag I've seen him jump into before. I think I'm going to say something controversial by the end of the video.
Up to you, trying to be there with you till the sunrise. To make up for me missing all the others. I'm sorry. One mistake don't hurt anybody. Never had intention of me cutting ties. Down to do this wish about 100 times. Oh, do you wait for me till I get home? Know you started talking on the phone.
Yeah, hey. You know what? I'm gonna say something. This mic is gonna get me in trouble. Say something I'm not supposed to say. And then y'all gonna tell somebody I said it. Ain't gonna people get over here leaving me comments. Oh, so you crazy, bro? You tripping? Yada yada yada. Y'all hear this, man? Remember that moment we found out that Chris Brown could like rap for real? Like, oh, yeah, hey, homie could rap, bro. He really do it. I feel like this is that. Like, hey, he has enough of. He can carry a melody enough. I don't know if I want to call him a singer or person, but carries enough of a. You know, I might say something. Yeah. All right, we're gonna finish it out, and I might say what I feel like was on my. If it's on my heart, I'm gonna say it.
Girl, I need you for my own. La 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 la. You wait for me. Girl, I need you for my very own. Girl, I need you for my very own.
Ladies and gentlemen, Chris Patrick. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it in my head, right? Y'all know I'm a Drake hater. I gotta put this out the phone. All the things that y'all say Drake can do, tell me why Chris Patrick can't do it. Everybody running around clamoring, what we gonna do? What's next? We need somebody to fill the who's gonna fill the void. There's Chris Patrick sitting fucking out there. There's talent sitting out there. Why I said what I said. But who's cultivating, molding, guiding this man's trajectory? Respectfully. Chris Patrick. Enough of you list the boxes or whatever you think Drake has. I feel like Chris Patrick has most of those. The name him, no. We smoke around here and drink and chill. We not about to make no list right now. Go to another channel for that. We've said several times on this show, we got to get out of here. We don't want to cross that 115 mark. This is not supposed to tell you about time, but we kicking it. Y'all cool. We rocking. Glad y'all made it home safely, because I know some of y'all was driving and when you wasn't supposed to be driving. We ain't talk about it earlier, but I know how y'all be getting home. I'm glad you made it. We talk about what we talked past tense about. I don't think it was too long ago. The effect TDE has on their talent, or it seems like there's always there's a system in place. There's steps. Do these steps here, you reach this. You do these steps here, you reach this over here. Now, for the special ones, got these other steps over here, but it's gonna get you up here to this, and this is the other. Like, there's, and it's custom made to each person. It's not cookie cutter. That's something that I think a lot of people overlook. I think some record labels have like a system. You make it through our system, and you'll be okay. But you adjust to our system. TDE is tailor-made to fit like a good suit. Like a good suit. There's an actual Doshi plan. You know what I'm saying? There was an actual Kendrick Schoolboy Q plan. You know what I'm saying? Like, so with Chris Patrick, and we can wrap it up after this. With Chris Patrick, man, I'm hoping there's an actual plan. Real quick before we get out of here, get on the topic. Take a quick look. See what record label. Let's see what. Why I say Def Jam? The Def Jam? Oh. I think it's RCA. Says Chris Patrick is signed to Def Jam Records. Inked the deal late 2024. So we'll see what come of it. But Appreciate y'all pulling up for the smoke break while we talk about this hip hop thing. You know what I'm saying? Another late. But it's not that late. Another after hour after the after hour. I'm Oops Great. This was Kush Equilibrium. Get on up out of here.
Count that fucking money, man. Count the money. You gonna get yours, B. You gonna get yours, man.